Hey guys, this is Shreyas. I'm back to you with another video. Today we are going to look into the GCam of the OnePlus 8 Pro. Just if you don't know, I'm working on the OnePlus 8 GCam video as well, and I have pre-booked the OnePlus Nord and I'll get my hands on it on 3rd August. So if you're still not subscribed and you want to see a coverage over all that, do subscribe and hit the notification bell as well. Anyway, let's quickly go through some camera samples and discuss what the differences between the stock camera app and the GCam is as of now. I got a 7.3 table GCam build from Ernix and no config files were required for this, and it's working pretty well. So yeah, this is Shreyas and let's check that out. Alright, so surprise, the stock camera app did a better job of exposing. Not only that, it exposed the sky better as well. But if you note, the GCam pictures constantly got the building color way more close to natural, and there is a slight green tint in my opinion on the pictures of the stock camera. But across all the lenses, the good news is the dynamic range is way superior on the stock camera and it's very clear and evident over here. You might see a difference in the focal length in the zoom mode. I figured that the stock camera app gives us a 3x zoom, but it's hybrid. The actual thing is 2.2x zoom and the rest is software processing into 3x zoom by cropping in. That's why the resolution of these photos from the stock camera were lesser also in comparison to GCam, whereas GCam hacks into the actual telephoto lens, which is only 2.2x optical zoom. So that's also something I figured out. Another thing you may notice throughout the pictures is that the ultra wide pictures are distorted in the GCam. There is a mode in the OnePlus stock camera app where you can enable correction of distortion of the ultra wide images, so I turned that on, so they look way better in my opinion because of that. In GCam you don't have such an option. Now looking into some macro photos, you can clearly see more detail and better exposure on the GCam pictures. There is no inbuilt macro camera mode, but if you go closer, the motor turns on and you can focus at a closer distance. We can see better contrast and dynamic range and closer to natural photos in my opinion on the GCam mode. Coming to a few more pictures in well-lit conditions from all the lenses, the greens in OnePlus is just a bit weird in my opinion. Way more details are captured in the GCam mode, whereas the sky is way bluer and looks more attractive in the stock camera app, but it kind of becomes unnatural in a few scenarios. Now in these samples also you can clearly see the blues are being oversaturated and being boosted up by default, and overall the greens look a bit weird on the stock camera app as well. Now coming to human subjects, here OnePlus completely messed up in my opinion. OnePlus camera app, when seeing a human subject, tries to expose according to the skin tone and tries to make it lighter as well. This messes up the whole picture as a result. The pictures overall might look better on the OnePlus stock camera app, but the GCam mod got it spot on and was way more closer to the natural photo. The greens are better, the sky is well exposed, and the skin tones are way more natural on the GCam mod. So if you like more natural pictures, that's what you will prefer. Now in the GCam mod, on all the lenses, if the human subjects are far away, it does not enable the portrait mode even if you have that selected. You have to get closer so a human subject is detected and it does the blurring effect. Over here, that's why you can see two samples from both the lenses, whereas ultra wide on the stock camera app can blur out anything detecting a human subject after, irrespective of the distance. I feel the edge detection on both the cameras are not that great. They constantly messed up the strands of hair which were flying in the air, and I feel that's why none of them got it right, and in few cases even my bun was blurred out by either of the camera apps. Now coming to more challenging situations, here also I feel that both the cameras failed at doing good edge detection. As you can see, the dish on the left hand side is partially blurred out at the bottom but isn't at the top, and that is kind of weird. This scenario is better when you turn to the telephoto lens. I saw a constant pattern of the portrait mode pictures being better on the telephoto lens of all the human subject pictures I clicked. Coming to selfies, OnePlus has exposed my face okay color is completely messed up, but the GCam mod exposed it better and way more naturally, keeping the colors constant, and the same trend continues in the portrait mode as well. Now coming to a very challenging low light scenario, here OnePlus exposes better. If you see closely, the exposure on the mouse is way better exposed on the GCam photo, whereas it's getting a bit overexposed in my opinion in the stock camera app. Now using the ultra wide lens, we can clearly see the distortion again in the GCam photo, but again I feel it is better exposed in the GCam photo. But the stock camera also introduces a lot of noise and this pinkish kind of hue all over the picture, which is leading to a very weird color cast. You can see way better in the stock camera app about what is existing, but the GCam is close to natural because the lighting was absolutely as you see in the picture. Now turning on night mode, we see a similar pattern as well. The stock camera app exposes better in terms of making more things visible, but the colors, if you see in the monitor, and the red light of the laptop keyboard, also the green light on the keyboard, are better exposed on the GCam mode pictures. Same issue goes on in the ultra wide as well, and that's about it. So I want to just put this disclaimer out. The stock camera has improved a lot, and in some cases I believe the stock camera is better than the GCam mod, and that's why I wanted to discuss when someone should consider clicking with the GCam mod. So the first thing is that the stock camera app is very snappy, so you can just open and start clicking and that's it. In GCam mode, I have set the HDR plus enhanced mode to 15 frames, and that's why it takes a lot of time to process after the photo is clicked. And while the photo is being processed in the background, you can't switch the lenses. So if you're thinking of just picking up your camera and taking a quick snap of something, I think GCam is not the right choice for that. Also considering the small gap between the stock camera app and the GCam app, this time around I feel the stock camera app will suffice most of the cases. Only one case I would suggest that GCam would have an upper hand is probably the astrophotography mode. Now unfortunately in Bangalore it has been very cloudy, so I could not test it out right now with the GCam app and the ultra steady mode in the OnePlus app as well. Yeah, those are not included, but anyway, these are the things I wanted to put out of the way so that you can clearly choose between the two apps given the situation. If you want a really good picture of something like a sunset or something like that where the colors will matter to you a lot as well, that is where probably you can go and tweak with the GCam and take some good pictures as well. Anyway, I will link the GCam mod used by me in the description below and you can look out for it. Also do follow me on Instagram, and I am having a channel over at Telegram as well where I will be sharing a lot of tech news and my coverage on stuff as well. So please feel free to join there and follow me on Twitter as well.